Welcome to my class. Continuing on with Unit 2, we are doing graphical presentation of data, and in this we talked about the histogram with equal class interval in the previous class and unequal class interval. And in this we are going to do what is known as frequency polygon. How do we show it? How important it is to um, first make the histogram and then make the polygon, or sometimes we just work out the mid values and then do it. So just have a look as to how does it look. So angularly we make these polygons. So can you see that? So frequency polygon, sometimes it's just known as polygon, is another form of diagrammatic presentation of data. It is formed by joining midpoints of the tops of all rectangles in a histogram, right? So when mid values, for example, now this is another method of representing a frequency distribution on a graph. So frequency distribution on a graph can be done with this. It is derived from the histogram itself. So one is that with the histogram, one is without histogram. So first we are talking about the one that I'm showing is with the histogram. That is with the data given, like for example, this is the data given. First we are going to make the histogram, and then on that we'll take the mid values, and then I've taken the mid values and joined them angularly. So it is derived from the histogram, see, and it is formed by joining midpoints of the tops of rectangles by a histogram by straight lines. Both sides of the frequency polygon are extended to meet the x-axis at the midpoints of the immediately lower higher class interval of zero frequency. Now why is this done? This is done to ensure that the area of the frequency polygon is the same as that of the histogram. Now midpoints are joined using a ruler to make a straight line. So again, let me just, as I told you before, that polygon can be made with the help of a histogram and without histogram. So here we use the histogram. So what did we do first? So we constructed a histogram. We drew a suitable histogram of took the data and drew the histogram. And then we've taken the midpoints of the upper horizontal side of each rectangle. So each rectangle we've taken the midpoints of the upper horizontal side. Now thirdly, we've joined these midpoints of the adjacent rectangles of the histogram by straight lines. And of course in the ends of frequency polygon preferably are extended to the baseline at the midpoints of the classes at both ends. So the frequency of the two imaginary classes is taken as 0. So while drawing the frequency polygon, we find that some area which was under the histogram has been excluded, and some area which was not under histogram has been included under frequency polygon. Now it should be understood that the total area excluded from the histogram is equal to the area included under frequency polygon. So here we go. You've just seen that we've taken the midpoints and we have made what is known as a frequency polygon. Now there's another way of doing this. Now look at this. What we do is we work same thing, but what we do is we work out the midpoints here. So this is without a histogram. So what do? First of all, we take the midpoints of each class interval. And then then frequencies corresponding to each midpoints are plotted. And in the end, what we do is we simply join them, and that's how we get what is known as this. This is known as a frequency polygon without histogram. So just look at that. So how do we work out the mid values first of all? Again, though we've done it earlier, but again, let me just reiterate and tell you once again. You take the lower limit plus the upper limit of the class interval, divide by 2. So here it is 15. 10 plus 20 divided by 2 is 15, and the number of students is 10. So how did we just plotted it. So can you see that at 10, number of students 10. So what is the mid value? 15. So I put all the mid values on the x-axis. Can you see that? The mid values are put on the x-axis, and of course the frequencies are on the y-axis. And so let's just take the second one. Second is 20 to 30. So 20 plus 30 divided by 2 is 25. So 15, number of students is 15. So let's just take that. So here, so at 25, number of students are 15. Those are the coordinates. That's how we get. Alright. So let's just take the 35. Now 35 it's 20. Alright, 45 it's 22. 55 it's 15. And 65 it's 10. And then we extend it up to the 75th, to that particular midpoint. So once again, let me tell you, we don't construct a histogram. We just mark the midpoints of the class intervals on the x-axis. Then the frequencies are marked according to the midpoints, and then they are joined. And based on this data, what we get is a histogram without, we get a polygon without the histogram, which is interesting. Alright, so this is known as without histogram. And of course, let me just again tell you that in the end, we join the points for the midpoints by straight lines. So this is how we do it. That's how you can this is how you can see at the end we joined 5 and we joined 75. Is that right? So just grab a graph paper and make a histogram and make a polygon based on that, and then make a polygon without the histogram.